What about one of the lawyers? What about, obviously Alina Habba's having throwing a fit, but she's not the only famous Trump lawyer. I mean, there's Ty Cobb, who is not the dead baseball player. But he knows a couple people who do this stuff in our chat room. By the way, like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. Patreon.com/Al That's what makes the show run. Venmo. There it is. Nothing but Venmo. Cup of coffee, send it my way if you want. God knows I need one. All right, here's another one of his attorneys. Oh, shit. Sorry, I should have warned everybody. This guy, I can't remember his name, Ghoul something, off the top of my head. He was the guy in the Borat movie trying to fuck a 15-year-old girl in a hotel room that he thought he had her trapped in. He was trying to get a handy from her. Luckily, she was overage and cameras were rolling, but anyways, this is his attorney who, if you don't know, he has a history in New York. He was the mayor apparently at some point, but before that, he was the DA, and he was responsible for brooming the Italian mob out of New York so the Russians and the Chinese could move in. That was, and he did a great job, and he was rewarded handsomely for it. Yeah. This fella right here, it says, and this is, I mean, obviously, you're Trump's level. You can afford top dollar, top men, you know what I'm saying? In the legal profession to give you great advice, like some judge should throw all Trump cases out. That's that's I don't know where he got his law degree, but I probably could. It's probably a place where everybody has to wear a black robe just to go to the place. So some judge, state, federal, I don't know, probably both or neither, should throw all Trump cases out. Well,
first, let's go back to the New York civil.
Actually, have the ability to, but okay, yeah, Judge Reinhold would be great. Yeah, Judge Janine isn't. Have you called her?
Fraud case where the Trump family has been ordered by Judge Arthur Engoron to pay $364 million in total, and is also barred from doing any sort of business in New York for the next 3 years. Now the
Yeah. We'll just all take that in for a second. Just let that wash over you. Enjoy it. One of the little silver linings, I promise that, and here it is.
Former president, he does plan to appeal. Trump still facing 91 felony counts and 4 other criminal indictments. The DC.
Yeah, that was just the civil shit.
Classified documents case, the Georgia Fani Willis election interference case, the New York Stormy Daniels hush money case, and the Jack Smith January 6th case in.
Yeah, when you say it like that, it's depressing. This guy, he didn't. I mean, it's in the teleprompter, but it's Newsmax. You don't have to repeat them. You're supposed to shake your head while you say it so that people know that you don't believe it.
D.C. So the lawsuit witch hunt is far from over as we rapidly approach November.
Yeah, the big question right now, do we actually have a verdict that could impact Trump if he's the nominee between today and Election Day, 8.5 months to go? Joining us now.
Yeah, apparently, because apparently not, because MAGAts will vote for him, even though it's been proven in a civil court that he sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll and was unremorseful about it, and a pig and an asshole.
Now for more of the.
Oh dear, it is a green dress. It's not that bright though. I will give her a pass. It's a bluish green. I mean, I could do it, but he's wearing a green tie. They're just fucking with me, aren't they? They just got to do it. They just got to. You can't fucking. The assholes are gonna. You're just gonna do this, are you? You're just gonna try and make that happen, are you? You're gonna. Let's see if I can. I think it's because it's darker. I gotta change the filter on it. Let's go edit. Here we go. And trying to do this. And the color key in this business. And then we'll try this guy right here. Color green. The similarity. Whoops, that's too much. Too much. Close. Get back down here. That's pretty good. Okay. And then take this guy. We'll grab this picture, and then we'll just fuck it. We'll just blow it up, bring it over here. There you go. She's got her own. She's probably got the Trump shoes, so it's only fitting that she's wearing the Trump Epstein flight dress. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I think it works. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can make it all right. That's Epstein on the left. There's Trump on the right. There you go. Good stuff. All right.
Former mayor of New York City and former Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, great to have you on. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Glad you're with us. A lot to talk about.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
After last week, busy week. My goodness. Although I thought.
My goodness. And you're broke now. By the way, Shay Moss says fuck you.
I thought that Friday was a good day for Trump lawfare when you saw what happened in Georgia until that verdict Friday afternoon. How much do you think?
Until reality set in, you mean?
Think all of this hurts Trump on the campaign trail? Because, look, this is a question we've been asking for the better part of a year. But in Michigan on Saturday, Trump spent the better part of his speech talking about these cases.
Yeah, the better part of his, I wouldn't call it the better part. Just say most.
And talking about this $355 million judgment. Not talking about Joe Biden, not talking about his plans for a possible second term. How much does this really affect Trump?
Well, I mean, so far, you'd have to say from the objective evidence that it helps them. I mean, when they first started, I didn't know. We've never had an indictment of a former president or sitting president. And I kind of suspected he would be able to withstand one or two because of I think the knowledge that people have that this is not really fair. This is not really justice. Four of them, it's amazing that he does better. I think we're probably at the point where we have to conclude that a lot of the public has made up their minds about these cases. And I think the only thing that's going to matter is, will a conviction, which is a different word, make a difference? Now, it really shouldn't, because they've concluded that the cases are unfair. And the correct result in an unfair or unjust case is an acquittal. Now, I was taught as a prosecutor, my job was to do justice. And it was emphasized not to get a conviction. And you look at these cases, every one of them, I don't know the right legal term for it.
Well, why would you? You were just the DA, lawyer yourself, one of his impeachment lawyers. You did all of his cases as far as election fraud around the country, even in areas where you weren't a practicing lawyer, you didn't have a license to practice law, and you were mayor and you ran for president. Why the fuck would you know a legal term that would have to do with the fact that your former boss and future husband is actually guilty of something?
I'll give the right word for it. They're a joke. And
that's great. That's much better. You know what? Cut to the chase. Go right to it.
And they are a political travesty and a crime against the United States Constitution.
No. I mean, if they are, shit, would they be easy to appeal?
Bragg's probably being the biggest joke of all because it's barred by the statute of limitations.
Isn't that an admission of guilt? I mean, isn't that I gotta say, that's like pleading the fifth. Isn't that fucking, never mind.
There are probably 5 or 10 million non-negotiation agreements or non-disparagement agreements. I myself have probably negotiated 500 of them and had people sign them at the end of
non-disparagement agreements. You mean non-disclosure agreements?
Litigation of all kinds. It can be personal litigation. It can be business. It can be about trade secrets. It could be about national.
Yeah, but it can't hide a crime.
Security secrets.
It can't hide a crime. You can't hide a crime with it. There's no NDA that covers a crime.
If we're not going to be able to use this in a personal matter, it's going to change the law completely. It's also.
Hold on. Is anybody else notice that that's where the fuck he went with all this? After all this shit? That it's the NDAs? Is this the idea that Alan Weisselberg shouldn't have been able to tell what was going on in the company? I mean, he lied. Is that what he was supposed to do? I mean, again, you can't, an NDA doesn't cover a crime, but is that what the fuck? What a weird take. of all the shit. Not the banks were happy, nobody was, like all the bullshit Eric's saying, which is obviously fake. Right? I don't know. This is really weird. Statute of limitations, and nobody should have been able to snitch. This is great. I mean, it's the way innocent people talk. Sure.
Just a basic tenet of law.
That snitches get stitches. I think that's what we got to teach the kids today. What if kids start thinking they can just, if something awful happens to them, that they can go to someone of authority and tell them, and there will be ramifications for the person that hurt them? What happens then? What kind of country do we live in? I mean, that's the end of our democracy. Right, Eric?
That you don't experiment with the criminal law. You do not try new theories.
Well, that's what Trump was doing. I think that's what a lot of criminals do. I think that all the time they experiment with criminal law. What can I get away with?
Now
sometimes you're wrong.
That's all Jack Smith has done in his career. The only reason Garland selected him is because he's a slimy, unethical lawyer. And that's not my word. That's the words of the people who have disciplined him.
Yeah.
This is what he's done. He's taken non-cases, brought them against people, ruined their reputation, and then...
Well, I mean, obviously he couldn't do that here. Kind of pre-ruined, you know.
The Supreme Court overthrow them 9-0.
Overthrow them? Really? He was overthrown? I didn't realize there was an entire... Is that a judicial coup, or...
Then we get the person...
Overturned, I think, is the word you're looking for. But that's, you know what? Who am I to say? You're the one who went to law school and were mayor and DA and Trump's lawyer.
Georgia, you know, Fannie. Need I say anything about Fannie?
Fani.
I mean, Fannie shouldn't be bringing a RICO case.
Mr. Mayor.
Fannie should be defending herself about going to prison. There isn't a case worth anything against him. Some judge should come in and throw them all out.
That's the end of it. They just cut it. Really, they didn't let you go on with that legal theory. Some judge should come in and throw them all out. Just a judge. One of Trump's judges, I presume? Is that what we're talking about? Uh-huh. Yeah, good times.